everyone. This is the second part of this series to get you started to warm up with your algebra. And this is the part B. We're going to cover 4 questions. Number 5, we are going to review some algebra. And first, of course, we're going to determine the domain. The variable in this question would be h. Okay, so the domain would be h cannot be 0. Within that requirement, we work on this expression, and you will see that we have -5 plus h squared. Treat this part as scratch paper, okay? And I will show you how you show your work. So as a scratch paper part, you can work this square by FOIL, okay? The parentheses times itself, and then you will get -5 times -5, you get 25. Okay, so let me write it this way. -5 times -5 and plus -5 times h. Okay, so that's -5h. And there's another, and then it's h times -5. So basically doing the FOIL -5h and plus h squared. Okay, and combining like terms, we got -5 times -5, that's 25 minus 10h plus h squared. Okay, so that's one way to do it. The other way to do it, remember that in our algebra class, we have a plus b squared. And we FOIL a plus b times a plus b. And we would get a squared plus 2ab and plus b squared. And you can use this as a formula, okay? And similarly, you can do a minus b squared, which is going to be, a minus b times a minus b. Then you get another formula. The other formula would be a squared minus 2ab, so positive turning to negative. So these two are very useful formula, so feel free to use them, or you can just FOIL yourself. In a lot of the cases, I think using the formula make it easier, okay? So I'm going to using the result of FOIL, right? So we got 25 minus 10h plus h squared, and then minus 25 divided by h. And then you will simplify 25 minus 25 makes 0. And then between these two, we can factor out the h, right? We can factor out the h. The h can be factored out, and we'll bring out the h. So this h will be going outside, h squared turning into h, and this h and that h will reduce. So in the end, we get -10 plus h. Okay? And parentheses would not be necessary. You can also write it as h minus 10, same thing. Okay? So that's number 5. And be sure you use these two formula. You don't need to particularly memorize them, but they are going to be very useful. They're going to be very useful. Okay, so I'm going to box them. Okay, put them on your flashcards. Okay, put them on there on your flashcards. The next one, number 6. Okay, the domain will be x does not equals to 3. Okay, not equals to 3. And then we're going to go about the factoring, right? The factoring for this one, we had a similar problem earlier. So it's x minus 2 times x minus 3. Oops, x minus 3. X is not 3 and x minus 3 is not 0. So reducing x minus 3 from the expression, cross them out. So we're getting x minus 2. Number 7. Okay, this time, the variable is h, and domain would be h cannot be 0. H cannot be 0. And then we need to do some more serious FOIL here. Okay, so 2 plus h. There is a formula, but I really don't expect you guys to do the formula. And you just have to do the 2 plus h. You can do, in your way or your own way. So that's 2 plus h squared times 2 plus h. Okay, and a FOIL. Have patience with yourself. Okay, so that's going to be 2 squared. There's a 4 plus a 4h plus h squared. So that's the result of after square and multiply 2 plus h. Okay, you can put 2 plus h in the, you can switch place with these two parentheses. And then you're going to distribute, you're going to do the FOIL, just a long FOIL. 2 times 4, that's 8. 2 times 4h, that's 8h. 2 times h squared is 2h squared. Right? And then take h to multiply 4. That's a 4h. Okay, I'm going to line them up this way. So 4h. So that's a plus, right? Plus 4h. And this h will times 4h. That's going to be 4h squared plus 4h squared. And then plus h times h squared. That's going to be h to the power 3. I line them up like this to make it easier for the next step. Okay, so we got 8 plus 12h plus 8h squared plus h to the power 3. All right, so with all of that, we're going to work on this expression. Okay, so that equals to 2 plus h to the power 3 replaced by that whole thing we just FOILed, and then minus 8. H stay in the bottom. Once again, 8 minus 8 makes 0. So the next step, we will have h in the bottom, 12h, that part here. You can remove this plus sign, factor out the h, right? So next step, we're going to factor out the h and bring the h out, bring one h out of each parentheses. So this one is gone. And h squared will have 1h left, and h to the power 3 will have h squared. H and h reduced. So in the end, we'll have just the parentheses. So we're done for now. We're done for now. Last but not least, okay? This is a complex fraction. And the domain, for domain, we need to consider a couple of things. X cannot be 0 because in this fraction, it requires that X cannot be 0. Okay? And for this big fraction, X cannot be 3. All right? So with that, we got the domain, and we're going to reduce this complex fraction. Common denominator. We're going to multiply the common denominator. The common denominator, we just have 3. We just have x. We have 3. So 3 times x. So 3x over 3x. X cannot be 0. X cannot be 3. So 3x will be used to multiply the x and to multiply the 3x. Okay? And this 3x will be used to multiply x minus 3. So I'm going to put it outside. Okay? And so that part can be removed. Then simplify. 1 over x times 3x, that's going to make it 3. 1/3 times 3x, that's going to be x left. Okay? 3 minus x, x minus 3, these two quantities is different by 1 sign. Okay? 3 minus x is negative of x minus 3. Okay? You can verify. Verify. How do you verify? You take the left, the negative sign distributed inside, so you have negative x, negative sign distributed to negative 3, you get plus 3. So that would be 3 minus x. And we use this to replace 3 minus x. So 3 minus x replaced by its equal. And now we can reduce x minus 3. Right? X minus 3 cannot be 0 because x cannot be 3. So that way, we got negative 1 on top. The denominator will be 3x. We're finished. And you can also put the negative sign in the front if you wish. Same thing. So this is the second set of 4 questions, and hopefully you follow me to get this nailed, and then try to do it by yourself. Okay? And thank you for watching. There'll be 4 more questions. I'll be making another one. Thank you for watching.